trying to think about the beginning of quarantine, and you hear about this virus and we weren't allowed to go anywhere, and I would go on walks with the kids and you were afraid to walk by somebody.
I loved it at first. After a couple of months, the fun wore off, to say the least.
And then daycare shutting down, so we had toddlers at home. Also just worrying about the economy. A lot of people that we know lost their jobs.
Before quarantine, we were very busy people.
We're both strong, tough women, and we don't think anything's going to happen to us. But as it got worse and worse, we realized it was a little more serious than what we really thought.
And I always had hope that maybe by Easter we'll get to go back to church, or maybe by the such date we'll be able to have the kids in school. It just felt like it was constant let down.
The isolation has caused some depression in people.
You are forced to kind of reckon with the things that you avoid navigating because you're busy.
Some of our friends have had people in the hospital that their family members cannot go see.
And some of them have died in the hospital without them being with them. And you can't even imagine how difficult that is for people.
At the beginning, we were gung-ho. We were watching church right on time, live, standing up for worship.
It was a little crazy with a 4 and a 2-year-old at home before we had the baby. We tried to distract them with some Play-Doh and markers.
It was definitely a weird thing of I'm gonna dress up and put some eyebrows on because church.
All of it just made you really appreciate how much you have when you come to a physical location.
And we yearned for that community, so I think that was a really, really tough time, for sure, spiritually.
We just kind of created an atmosphere, not only in our home, but also when we're here at church, to say we're here to worship.
Coming back to church was awesome.
I will still remember walking through those doors and seeing the cross behind us, having that corporate worship together for the first time. I'll never forget that.
I was nervous because I was I have not seen this many people in how many months? And then, being able to get on platform and to just sing with people. I understand why people are we need to be back.
We love you, 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 we love you. I wish I could hug every single one of you. This has been such an emotional morning for me. All morning long. It's just been so much. I know you do.
God still sees you. You are seen by your Creator. It's also true then by extension that the church sees you, that we love you so much. I think that's an emotional thing because I know a lot of people online right now feel like their faith is being questioned, and maybe they're questioning their own faith. Is it me not believing in God enough?
It's so hard to worry that you're thinking that you're not worshiping if you're not here, and that's not the truth at all. We need to make sure that we are reaching out to people and to those that are not here.
If you're feeling lonely and maybe unseen, keep fighting to make yourself seen and known and heard.
To really just not try to muscle through it yourself, just be on your knees.
Christ is going to find a way to connect his people in India and China, and we're all one body of believers that are all going through this global pandemic together. And no matter how you're connecting to Houston's First Baptist Church, you're a part of that. You're a part of God's plan.
I feel a lot of gratitude, honestly, for the church and just being flexible and the leadership that the church has exhibited, especially amidst all the chaos and turmoil that's in our country. It's such an opportunity for the church to shine.
Are we going to respond the same way the rest of the world is? Are we going to fearfully stockpile on toilet paper, or are we going to pray?
This church, and this campus in particular, has made me a better father, made us a closer family.
I'm looking forward to people coming in droves saying I realize I'm sending these spiritual gifts, and the pandemic and all these things have me tingling with excitement to use them to edify the body.
There doesn't seem to be at any point in the last year where we've all been on the same page about certain things.
And the unity is what we have to have. And we have to have that with our belief in Jesus Christ. We have to be connected that way. We're here to glorify God through it all.
Within the body of Christ, we all have differences. Our experiences shape really who we're becoming, we always want to have a sense of humility of like, what can I learn about who God is based on my experience with this person? And those who are believers, we are all together unified by his blood. Even if that's the only thing that I have in common with another Christian, we have that.
Not necessarily agreeing on every issue or item, but it's absolutely critical as a church that we be united.
He tore the veil. Like, there's no reason for us to not have this harmony together if we're seeking him first. And so,
And that harmony takes work.
and that takes a lot of work. Pastor Greg says, like, it takes a lot of heart work, a lot of hard
We
work.
be listening.
We listen to Pastor Greg.
God's in control. We're not in control.
That's
We've
one
seen-
thing we didn't say.
We didn't say
but
that.
We do know God is in control.